What's going on, everybody? It's Brett Pro Angel bringing you today another deck profile. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So I hear you're on that new Despia stuff.
I definitely am testing it. Something that I wanted to do. I've been thinking on playing Shaddoll Invoked, and I thought Despia would be a good addition to play and mess around with that.
Absolutely.
And I've been having a blast. All I can say is it fits my personality and my style.
Absolutely. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive right on into it.
All right, sure enough. The one thing that we're going to start with is let's get into the new Despia sort of things.
Sure.
So what I'm running for this package is that for monsters, I am running one Dramaturge of Despia.
Yep.
At the moment, I am experimenting and testing with 2 copies of Aluber, which ideally you could potentially run 3 if you like, if you have it available. And I'll tell you what I will swap later for one of these, but at the moment 2 seems to be doing the trick, at least for me. This is more so because I only run 3 extra Despia monsters. I really don't need many of this, and this will give me just enough for what I need.
That makes sense.
For the other monster for Despia that I run is 2 Tragedies. I like this personally. I don't see many people running 2 of them. They usually just run 1. But the main thing is that when you pair it with Shaddoll, and Invocation, and you use your fusions for that, because you can use Theater for Shaddoll fusions and Invoke fusions and things like that, you can end up discarding, and because of there's no cost on how it reads, I mean, this comes perfect to pull any of the missing Tragedy. The other thing that I like about this a lot is that I can banish it to recycle my Theater, because I am only running 1 copy of Theater. So if your opponent sort of knows that, and they can try to get this to the graveyard, that will sort of held you back a little bit. But I run Despia Tragedy to be able to set this back if I need to. So it comes in handy. And then for the other spells of Despia, is Branded Opening.
The broken card.
Yes, indeed. And it's insane that this is only like 50 cents. I don't know why it's 50 cents, but it is, and I was able to get it for that. So
should have been a secret rare.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't, because now we can do this. So this allows you to special summon, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard to protect destructions on your fusion monsters. So good. This is really nice. We know what Aluber does, which allows you to search a branded spell or trap. And then this, when it gets banished or sent to graveyard because of fusions, then you can special summon this. If a fusion gets destroyed by card effect or by battle, this will come back, special summon from the graveyard, and also negate a monster.
Good.
Yeah, so it's really good. The next engine that we have here, which is gonna set this aside for a second, will be the Invoked engine. And we all are pretty familiar with this. 2 invocations, 3 magical meltdowns.
The one engine that's been around for so long. Never died.
That's right. And personally, lately in my hands, sometimes I end up drawing too many of this, and I get stuck on 1 engine. And so I will think of, if I end up getting my hands on a 3rd Aluber, then I will probably test and experiment by switching it out with one of the meltdowns. Just because you want to see a variety. Like, for example, a God Hand will be something like this, right? I mean, like, this is just so good.
Wow.
This is insane, right?
You
because
win.
Almost, right? Because you're gonna be able to get, the main thing is, this is the special summon. So you tribute Tragedy, special summon Aluber, and then you add this to your hand, and you can still normal summon to be able to get your invocation and put a Mechaba on the board if you really want to. If you don't have this, then you have to make a decision on which one you want to normal summon, and so your board is not as strong. But if you, like you said, this is a really broken card. Like, if you get to see this and to see this, like, you're a happy Despian player for sure. Now, to make a little bit of room for the other deck, I'm running 40 cards, by the way.
40 cards, gotta
40 cards, or try to keep it near 40. I'll run 39 if I could. I'm just kidding, no. But 40 will do.
Yeah, upstart Gotham.
I know, right? So for the next engine, we have your Shaddoll. And for Shaddoll, we're gonna start with the monsters here, and we'll have one Wendy, one Dragon, one Ariel. I really like this card against Drytron, or whenever you need to banish something. Like, how can you not go with that?
That's
in my
sick.
personal opinion. I'm surprised people are not running it. Usually they either run a Wendy or an Ariel, but let's add both. Dragon comes in clutch whenever you need to pop something. Beast, if I'm trying to get an extra 2 draws, you know what I mean? I get that flip summon effect. Maybe I set Beast with Wendy sometimes, depending on the play. And then one Genius. I really like the, sometimes it comes in handy to negate something, especially if you have Magical Meltdown. This will protect you. You protect your fusion. So that means that your opponent cannot respond to the activation or fusion of monsters until the resolve. So this can come in handy to be able to get this to go through, and then something will have to chain after. So really good Genius in my opinion. And then for the 2-off, 2 Hedgehogs for some additional play, and 2 Squamaras. And then yes, absolutely. And then you have 3 fusions, and then 1 Schism.
The broken card.
Yes,
well,
really good
all
card.
Kind of broken, but
exactly.
Yeah.
And if I'm going first, what I try to do is I try to work through some possible disruption. I want to make sure that I get my effects if possible, so I do run Gamma for that if I go first. You know what I mean? Prevent an Ash or some activation, something that will disrupt my play.
Gamma's
so that comes
good.
in pretty nice.
Activate Shaddoll Fusion, chain Ash, chain Gamma. That's
Yes.
so good.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Call by the Grey, of course, right? How can you not run it? I love this a lot, of course, right? I'll trigger Tragedy off of that and be able to get my combo.
That's a starter for you.
Yeah. I mean, this is amazing for Shaddoll Invoked, period. And then at this, I'm like, sure, why not? Just
so many options.
Yes. When I'm not going first, obviously I usually, sometimes I will swap this, but the rest of the cards that makes 40 is 2 hand traps. And usually you will see a draw or you will see an Ash, but then I like Effect Veiler just because it's a light monster.
Honestly, I really respect that. I thought I was the only one that cut Ash from some of my decks. It's not terrible though.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a hard lesson I need to learn the hard way, taking Ash out, but currently, it's been fine.
I think the thing about Ash is it just hits more decks,
Yes.
But I mean, I definitely respect this.
Yes.
It's definitely something I would probably try.
And then for the special, or the extra deck, I should say, we are going to the magic of editing. We're going to clean this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so extra deck for me and my build was kind of tight.
Yes.
Very, very tight.
You will see a decision that I've made. I'm going to show you guys 16 at the moment. Obviously, you can take one out. But for the extra deck, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the links. I personally like to run and be able to get Purgatrio, because sometimes that will get me out of a sticky situation where I just need to do enough damage, or even for a third match, right? Running into time, sometimes you want to try to get off some damage if possible.
Just win.
Yeah, exactly. So you just win. This is the reason why my deck runs kind of tight. Usually Ash will do the trick for you sometimes, right, when you run it. But if I don't run Ash because I need to run something else, this will get me out of the situation and be able to get a Purgatrio if I need to.
Absolutely.
So as for the rest of the Invoked, since I started there, I'm debating on taking this out. It hasn't come out too often, at least not on my matchups. But it's something that it doesn't really have to go into the Despia Invoked Shaddoll, and I might experiment by taking that out, but you never know.
Gives them something to deal with,
Yeah. Have you done any Invoked? Have you messed around with Invoked?
A little bit, yeah.
Do you ever use this?
Not
No.
really.
Yeah. Honestly, that could be just for some room, but then I have Raijin, just because sometimes I need to flip something,
I actually
don't.
really like that card right now.
Yes.
Raijin, just being able to book a moon something, like, comes up.
Sure, absolutely. It's a 1 per turn, so you can go and roll with that.
Oh, not to mention Droll,
Algoides. Yep.
That's a Dragoon out.
It is a Dragoon now, isn't it?
Because it pumps itself up, yeah.
It does.
Yeah, Guadi's it's a real good card.
It really is. And usually your monsters are gonna be over 2,000, so likely the fusion you're gonna be able to get away with it. So also for the last invoked, I run 1 copy of Mechaba. Now I used to run 2 copies of Mechaba, and that is a really good way to do it. Perhaps I should considering to taking Caliga out, maybe put in Mechaba. But at the moment, what I'm doing is I'm running 2 construct, and that really has worked out for me because I've been in tight situations where I need to get over a special summon extra monster, and if I'm able to get the effect off, then that favors me. So 2 construct is something that I personally like to run over 2 Mechaba, but like I said, I'm really debating now on taking that Caliga out.
Yeah, that could be a second Mechaba, or it could be a flex spot for something else. You
Indeed.
never know.
Yeah, and then for Shaddoll, I like to run 2 Windas.
There's the girl herself.
Yep, 2 Windas, and then
I really like how you have like each art.
Yeah,
That's actually kind of cool. I like that.
yeah, it is pretty cool just to get a variation on the site. And then Abcolon. Abcolon is okay. I mean, it cannot be destroyed by battle, and I can negate. Truthfully though, you get the same benefit out of Genius in my opinion if you can get Genius effect when you fusion.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe Shekanaga, because sometimes I don't want customers, but opponents.
Yeah.
I don't want them to special summon, or if they special summon, I can destroy that. So
That actually does make sense.
yeah, Shekanaga.
Is not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. And then people will have Earth, right? I mean, Bell
for
is
sure.
Earth, Nibiru is Earth. I mean, you definitely be able to get Shekanaga off.
Invocation.
Genius, right?
Yeah.
Genius. So why do I need Abcolon if I can get Shekanaga with Genius, and then Genius will do the same thing as Abcolon will do, right? Which is target and negate.
That makes sense, especially
so-
with you not running Dogmatica package and a Dear Servant. App Cologne doesn't really
Yeah.
do a whole lot for you.
Exactly. So we're both learning here. These are 2 things that I'll probably look into swapping. And then to finish off the links, be able to get my Schism, right? I get Construct, you know what I mean? I do the thing whatever I gotta do with Construct, main phase 2, link, get set Schism, or sometimes Shadow Fusion if I see fit, or if I don't have Schism. But definitely the Gravity Controller, Artemis to be able to get my Mechaba in case of a die situation. And then for the Despian, I just run 2 Queritis.
Yep.
And then 1 Proskinion. I mean, this card, it is so good. You can
Comes up
every
in
turn
weird situations.
in weird situations, and every turn you can get a fusion, synchro, an extra deck monster, basically either special summon to your field or banish it. And what I also love this is once we destroy a monster, you take half of the attack, half of the original attack, if I'm not mistaken.
Not gonna lie, watching my friend test this, I didn't actually really like this card at first, but it came up in situations, and every time he dropped that card, he won.
Yeah, in fact, it's not half of the attack, it's full the attack or the defense. So whichever is higher, you do that on top of it. So it's, like I said, another game 3 winner. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
top situation. Your opponent is going to be very salty when you take that. So, but
Absolutely.
this is the currently deck profile. Like I said, I just show you 16 monsters, but you can definitely see how I use Invoke Shaddoll and Despia with it. So
Absolutely.
Well,
So yeah.
thanks for having me,
Yeah,
Brett.
no problem. Anything else you would like to say?
No, just shout out to the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Everybody has been pretty welcoming, and it's been a great experience as a new player that I just started playing. Being able to conversate and get tips and learn the hard way. It's been awesome. So shout out to all of you guys that keep this community awesome. Let's keep on doing it.
I couldn't say it better myself.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, by the way.
Yeah, thanks
shout
for
out
the
to
profile, man.
you. Yep, you're welcome.
Till the next one.